Let's get right into it. Number 6. Nothing feels real anymore. You're sitting in your living room, but it feels like a movie set. Your hands don't quite feel like your hands. Your life doesn't feel like your life, it feels like you're watching someone else live it through a foggy window. Welcome to derealization, the brain's version of hitting the dissociate button when reality gets too heavy. When you're emotionally numb, your sense of reality can start feeling weirdly fake. Colors look dull, sounds seem distant. Everything has this dreamlike quality, except dreams are usually more interesting. It's like your brain wrapped the entire world in bubble wrap to protect you from it, but now you can't actually touch anything. You're technically here, but also not. This happens because your brain's trying to create distance between you and your feelings. If emotions are too overwhelming or too painful, your mind just turns down the volume on everything, including your sense of being present in your own body. It's a defense mechanism, like emotional Novocaine. The problem is, it doesn't just numb the bad stuff, it numbs all of it. Joy, connection, meaning, gone. What's left is this hollow, detached version of existence where you're going through the motions in a world that doesn't feel quite solid. The worst part? You can't explain it to people without sounding like you've joined a philosophy cult. Nothing feels real sounds dramatic, but it's not. It's just your brain's very literal way of checking out when it can't handle checking in. You're not losing your mind, you're just stuck in the waiting room of your own consciousness, and nobody's called your name yet. Number 5. You cancel plans and feel nothing about it. You made plans 3 weeks ago. You were excited, or at least, you thought you were excited. But now the day's here, and the idea of leaving your house feels like climbing Everest in flip-flops. So you cancel, again, and the weirdest part? You don't even feel guilty about it. Normally, bailing on plans comes with a side of shame or anxiety. You worry about letting people down. You craft the perfect excuse. You feel something. But when you're numb, canceling plans is just a neutral fact, like turning off a light switch. No guilt, no relief, no emotion at all. You send the text, toss your phone aside, and go back to staring at the ceiling like you've just completed a mundane chore. Here's what's happening. Your brain's reward system has flatlined. The idea of socializing, which used to sound fun, or at least tolerable, now registers as white noise. There's no motivation pulling you toward connection, because connection doesn't feel like anything anymore. It's not that you hate people. It's that being around them requires energy you don't have, for a payoff you can't feel. And because you're numb, you don't even miss what you're missing. You're not sitting there thinking, wow, I wish I wanted to go out. You're just existing in the space where plans used to matter. It's like your social battery died, but instead of recharging it, you just accepted that you live in the dark now. Very efficient, extremely depressing. Number 4, you're tired, but sleep doesn't help. You sleep for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours even. You wake up, and somehow you're more exhausted than when you went to bed. It's not physical tiredness, it's this deep, bone-level fatigue that no amount of rest can touch. Congratulations, you've unlocked emotional exhaustion, and it's way worse than the regular kind. When you're numb, your body's running on fumes because suppressing emotions is hard work. Your brain's using a ton of energy to keep all those feelings locked down, which means even when you're physically resting, mentally you're still in overdrive. It's like leaving your car running in the driveway all night. You're not going anywhere, but you're still burning fuel. So you wake up feeling like you've been awake the whole time, because in a way, part of you has been. Sleep scientists have a term for this: non-restorative sleep. Your body goes through the motions, REM cycles, deep sleep stages, all the technical stuff, but your nervous system never actually relaxes. You're in shutdown mode, which is different from rest mode. Shutdown is your brain's emergency protocol when it can't process what's happening. Rest is what happens when you feel safe enough to let go. Guess which one you're stuck in? The cruel irony is that being tired makes you more numb, and being numb makes you more tired. It's a feedback loop where exhaustion and emotional detachment just keep high-fiving each other while you lie in bed, wondering why you feel like a reanimated corpse. Your body's basically running a server farm in your head 24/7, and all you get is the electric bill. Number 3, you can't remember the last time you felt excited. Quick, when was the last time you felt genuinely, authentically excited about something? Not, that sounds nice, excitement, not polite enthusiasm. Real, fizzy, can't wait for this to happen excitement. If you're drawing a blank, welcome to the Numbness Hall of Fame. Excitement requires hope. It requires your brain to believe that something good is coming, and that you'll actually be able to feel that goodness when it arrives. But when you're numb, your brain's like a cynical teenager who's seen it all. Nothing impresses it anymore. That vacation you booked? Meh. That concert next month? Sure, whatever. Your birthday? Just another day with cake-flavored obligations. This is anhedonia's evil twin, anticipatory anhedonia. It's not just that you can't enjoy things in the moment, you can't even imagine enjoying them in the future. Your brain's lost its ability to generate that little spark of, ooh, that'll be fun, so everything upcoming feels like a chore you haven't started yet. It's like trying to get excited about doing laundry, except laundry is now everything in your life. And people notice. They'll say, "Aren't you excited?" And you'll do that thing where you widen your eyes and nod like a puppet, because you know that's the correct human response. But inside, nothing. Just a flat, gray landscape where excitement used to live. You're not sad about it. You're not anything about it. And that's the problem. You've become emotionally beige, and beige doesn't do excitement. Number 2. Physical touch feels weird or annoying. Someone hugs you. It should feel comforting, warm, human. Instead, it feels like you're trapped in a sleeping bag you didn't ask to be in. Your skin registers the touch, but your brain can't figure out what to do with that information. So you just stand there, arms at your sides, waiting for it to be over like you're enduring a mandatory team-building exercise. When you're numb, your relationship with physical touch gets complicated. Touch is supposed to trigger all these feel-good chemicals, oxytocin, serotonin, the whole cocktail. But your brain's bartender clocked out 6 months ago, so now touch just feels like pressure, sensation without meaning. It's not soothing or connecting, it's just there, taking up space on your skin like an itchy sweater you can't take off. This happens because emotional numbness disconnects you from your body. You're not really in your physical self anymore, you're floating somewhere above it, observing from a distance. So when someone touches you, it's like they're touching a mannequin you're currently operating via remote control. The signal reaches you, but it's distorted, delayed, stripped of all the warmth that's supposed to come with it. The weird part? You might even want to be touched. You might miss the days when a hug actually felt like something. But now it's just awkward, uncomfortable, or worse, completely neutral. And that neutrality is somehow more disturbing than discomfort, because at least discomfort is a feeling. This is just nothing. You're a houseplant in a human suit, and someone keeps watering you even though you can't tell them you're actually plastic. Number 1. Can't tell if you're sad or just empty. Someone asks what's wrong, and you genuinely don't know what to tell them. Are you sad? Maybe. You're not happy. That's for sure. But calling it sadness feels too specific, too defined. It's more like a void, a blank space where feelings are supposed to be. You're not drowning, you're just floating in nothing, and you've been there so long you've forgotten what solid ground feels like. This is the signature feature of emotional numbness, the total absence of emotional clarity. Sadness has texture, it has weight, it makes you cry, or withdraw, or listen to depressing music at 2 a.m. Numbness? Numbness is static. It's the emotional equivalent of that fuzzy gray screen on old TVs when the channel doesn't come in. You know something's supposed to be there, but all you're getting is noise and empty pixels. Neuroscientists would say your emotional processing centers have gone quiet. The parts of your brain responsible for generating and identifying feelings, your amygdala, your prefrontal cortex, they're still working, but they're working on mute. So you can't name what you feel because you're not feeling enough of anything to name. You're stuck in emotional limbo, where every internal experience is some vague shade of blah with no distinguishing characteristics. People want you to put words to it. Therapists, friends, concerned, family members, they all want you to explain what's happening inside you. But how do you explain nothing? How do you describe the absence of description? You end up shrugging a lot and saying, "I don't know," until people stop asking, which is honestly a relief, because at least silence doesn't require you to fake having answers you don't have. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.